This episode is sponsored by Gamergy, the gaming energy drink made by gamers for gamers. Check it out in 4 great flavors: Purple Nurple, Red Alert, Binary Blue, and Epic Green. Hi guys, we're back here at DBQ Con, and I found Midwesteros. I found out they were going to be here. I messaged them. I talked to them. It was a little bit, you know, like, come on guys, come on. I'm interested. I want to talk to you. So let's find out something about you. So I found Midwesteros on Facebook. They're a great, if you haven't found out yet, Game of Thrones cosplay group. And it's just interesting that one of the biggest TV shows out right now didn't have this already, and I didn't even think about it. So I have a couple questions. How did the name come about? And Midwesteros being such a creative name, how did it come about?
Well, it wasn't from me, unfortunately. It was from my co-founder, Anna Kay. She is not here at the moment, but it was originally called the Midwest Game of Thrones Cosplay Group. That's a whole lot of things to say. We were trying to figure out something very clever, and she was like, well, we're in the Midwest, and there's Westeros. How come we just go call it Midwesteros? And I was like, come on, man. Should have thought of that earlier on, but she is... Without her, we probably wouldn't have half the stuff that we have, and it's better that she came up with that name, and we didn't hold on to that old, bad name.
Well, it's a genius name because, I mean, like you said, you know, why didn't I think of that? So, but I see that I'm actually sitting on the Iron Throne, so Snorlax is now the ruler of the Seven Kingdoms, thy Lord and Protector. So, you guys cool with that?
Well, we can't move you off. You're asleep, you know, you're sleeping.
Well, it'd be hard to move, but... And just, I want to do a little shout out here because we were able to get the interview thanks to this lovely Queen of Thorns here. She messaged me back here. So I'm going to go a little off script. I'm going to ask her why she decided to do Queen of Thorns, if that's okay. So, Queen of Thorns, best character in the show, right?
I certainly think so, yes.
I mean, what about her is just struck you as, I have to do this character if I'm going to pick someone?
Because she is my spirit animal. If you knew me in real life, you would say that's the Queen of Thorns, for sure.
And if I had to go out, I would go out in style like she did.
Oh, you bet.
Oh,
you
yeah.
bet.
That was amazing. But with all the visual media through a TV show, you know, the TV show, the books and everything, do you guys rely heavily on the TV show to do your costumes, or is there anywhere else in media that you guys look around in?
Well, I think a lot of us we really try our best to find different ways to, you know, make our costumes. I mean, it's hard, especially when it's a TV show, to go ahead and find static shots of a lot of things. This axe, for example, the Euron Greyjoy Victorian axe, I made it within the week of the show coming up, the show premiering, and I'm using it. And I just had all these like really grainy screenshots to try to figure it out. So you do reference a lot of different things. I think myself, I reference a lot of like classic armor references online. So if a character follows a certain culture, I'll try to go ahead and incorporate that. And I'll have my other members here like let them talk about their influences with their costumes.
Okay. What was the main? Where did you find the biggest work for your costume there?
Well, I'm going to be honest, Goodwill. Gotta love Goodwill.
Gotta love Goodwill.
This is from Goodwill. I did make the hat, but I do look a lot of references online. It also helps to see if anybody else has done the character and,
yeah.
I see how they did such and such, and make it your own. So.
And guys, research is it is difficult, but it's not that hard. Just find someone who's done it.
I'm actually want to ask my Arya here because she's new to our group. I want to ask her how she came up with hers, actually. You know, because it's awesome.
Can you speak a little? How about we hold it real close?
Okay. A lot of mine is like promo pics. Like I made this when the promo pics for season 7 came out, and then there's actually a guy in Chicago. I don't remember his name. He does Arya prints with the wolf mask. So I was over there and I was like, oh, wolf mask, yes. So it's a lot of like fan art and promo pics, really. So
that's a genius idea. You can always try to find an artist who can actually draw out your character because they know what they're doing, you know. So that's a good idea.
We have one more person to ask. I want to ask the Throne. Hey, Throne, Scott, how did you come up with your costume?
Yeah.
How you doing? I just decided to pick something I knew nobody else would be picking, and then referenced a lot of photos to get like this to paint out, and I just did all of the artwork and the sewing and everything to put it, to make sure it attaches to me. and went with it. Decided we needed something like a center. It's about the Game of Thrones. We need a throne.
So we fight for
And
him.
some of the thrones are really heavy to try to move around. This is a little easier.
We fight for him daily. Thanks, Doug.
Bet you guys didn't know my throne was mobile. But is screen accuracy a big deal when it comes to the it comes to the group right now, or is it more just trying to put together something that fits the feel, you know?
Not at all. And we try to make our group more akin to like something where we're trying to teach each other, learn from things. None of us are like 100% screen accurate, I believe. I think a few of us might be, but we're trying our best to encourage the spirit of cosplay. When it comes down to it, we want to be more inclusive. So if you are, you know, true and trying to be a fan of the show and trying to improve yourself, we're trying to go ahead and make sure that we can go ahead and help each other out. So even if you have like something that is just the first version of things, that's fine. We're going to go ahead and make more onto it. We're going to help on and learn new skills and try to learn from each other so that we enjoy this progression of ourselves.
Well, okay, so the next question is, let's say I wanted to be Lord Squidward of blah 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 land. Name can be used a little fixing up, but can I make my own character if I wanted to make my own character and join? A completely fan-made character?
Unfortunately not. I mean, we do have like some things where we kind of play around with like mashups and such, but for the most part, if you're for Game of Thrones Midwesteros member, you have to lean toward having an actual character. Simply because we do advertise with HBO, AT&T, a lot of different corporate people. We've done events for the Chicago White Sox. We've done events for the Milwaukee Brewers, Broadway in Chicago, Live Nation. We've done like a lot of different events, and it does. We do have rules to make sure that we protect not only our members but our identity and our brand.
The integrity of the show. I respect that. I respect that. So a lot of groups, you know, they like to try to give back, you know, to charities and things like that. You know, I've actually been wanting to do that for the longest time. I try to do as much charity work as I can. Has Midwesteros done anything like that yet? Or if not, maybe sometime in the future?
Well, right now we are at our first year. This is the first year of our operation. We have 200 members. We have a majority of the Midwestern states represented. So, you know, I'm not getting the question yet, but I will. But
that's fine.
Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio, Nebraska, Kansas. I'm missing out a few states. I'm sorry.
Iowa.
But Iowa, yes. Thank you. Thank you, Throne.
The place we're at?
Yes, the place we're at. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
You know, home ground here, of which Carrie is the president of this chapter. You know, so what it is that Game of Thrones lends itself not to being a very charitable medium. It's not like Star Wars where, you know, you could be very kid friendly with it. And so we're still working that part out. However, a lot of us are part of different charity groups in our area. We are looking to go ahead and branch out to make sure that we can get to those things, but as of now, not quite yet. We really want to, but not quite.
Work in progress. You know, and that's just it. You know, doing things like that can really just bring smiles to people's faces, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day. Reaching out to people, connecting with them, and doing what we can to help. You know, and I'm gonna do a little fix here. I wouldn't say she's the president of Iowa. She is the queen of Iowa.
Stand corrected.
You stands corrected. Well, I have to ask, who will ultimately sit on the throne?
Oh,
Wow.
Really quick to this.
She's calling it. Who do you think?
I'm kind of rooting for Tyrion myself, personally.
I love Tyrion. I love Tyrion very much. What about you? What do you think?
I think I had this idea that the throne will ultimately be destroyed by the dragon or something, and by no means of like actual wanting to destroy it, but I was thinking it was going to transition itself to a commonwealth instead of like an actual monarchy.
And what about you, Throne? What do you think?
The Iron King.
The Iron King? Well, yeah, she said her. No, that's okay. Well, are you guys ready for my fan theory? I think that Jon Snow was sent on the Game of Thrones. Well, yeah, big fan theory. I did a big shocker there, right?
Haven't heard that before.
No one's ever heard that before. But thank you guys so much for being here today. Go ahead and check out Midwesteros. They're represented almost in every Midwestern state, you said.
Right. And go ahead and check us out on Facebook, Instagram, on GOT Midwesteros, at GOT Midwesteros, Facebook and Instagram. On Twitter, we are just Midwesteros. Go ahead and message us. Let us ask us any questions. If you have anything, we do a lot of things. We do a lot of different cons. Always looking for new members. If you are really into Game of Thrones and a good quality person, we will go ahead and make sure that there's a place for you here amongst our 7 kingdoms.
And we'll get all that stuff in the area down below the video, guys. But thank you guys so much for being here. I'm going to take us out a little bit differently. Usually I do a Star Wars reference here, but all together, the Game of Thrones is going on. And ultimately, someone must sit on it at the end. So thank you guys so much for watching. And don't forget to support the Midwesteros and everything they do. Check them out, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!